Music Matters. Here with my man GldnBoy. Thank you for coming and sitting down with me, bro.
It's good.
Appreciate
What's up
it.
with you? How you doing?
I'm good, dog. How are you?
Shit, I'm doing alright. Cold and shit, but we getting there. We
cold.
working through it.
We're in the garage, the little makeshift studio.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
But it's cold.
Makeshift.
First thing I want to ask you about, bro, is it's been kind of crazy. You've had a pretty crazy and eventful last 24 hours alone.
Yeah.
You dropped that SoundCloud single, and then I was looking at your homie Just Breathe Music, and he just dropped his new project, and you're on that like a bunch.
Yeah, I'm actually damn near on every song, bro. It's he dropped the album a little bit before, and honestly, he dropped the album a little bit before. There was one song I wanted to get on. I told him, I was like, hey, let me get on this song. And he was like, there's people on it already. Da, da, da. I complained about it hella long, like nonstop. I would not leave him alone about it. And then he was like, well, I'm making this other one, so whichever song you want to get on this next one, you could get on. So every time like a new one started getting made, I would come in there, he'd be working on it. I'd be like, yeah, all that, fuck anything you about to say to me. I want to get on this song, like every single one. So I'm on like 6 out of 8 of them. And then, you know what I'm saying, I don't really be dropping anything on my own really. So I was like, I might as well. They actually convinced me to drop something on SoundCloud. So I was like, I might as well drop it. Like, why not?
Yeah.
So,
well, I
yeah,
mean,
just
the thing too is like, I don't know. I always feel like this. I don't know if artists feel like this, but I feel like Spotify is more like the more official type stuff, and if you want to drop like freestyles and shit on like the SoundCloud.
That's what I'm saying, bro. My main issue is I'd be working on songs and I'd be like, it's not finished. Like, it's not good enough for me to drop it like on like Apple Music and Spotify.
Are you a perfectionist about that stuff?
Surprisingly enough, I am a perfectionist. Like, a lot of the things I have dropped, I don't even listen to no more because I'm like, bro, this shit is not good. Like, like that whole like 808 Rockstar EP, I haven't even listened to it since I dropped it. Like, I just can't. Like,
that's crazy.
It causes me pain to listen to. I just can't listen to it. Like, because it's so bad to me now, which like partially is my fault. I was low-key rushing it, but yeah, that's how I am with everything. Like, that's why I don't ever drop anything. I'm sitting on so many songs, and it's just like I'll listen to them and be like, it's not good enough for me to put it out. So
what about it don't you like the EP?
My main issue with that one is just like I rushed it. Like, I put a date before. I don't want to say everything was finished, but like I put a date before everything was finished. So it really felt like I was just like there was a deadline. I don't like deadlines. That's why like I try to just not say anything if I'm not finished with it already, because then I'm like, dude, a deadline. Then I don't want the same thing to happen. I was just pressed, honestly. I just pressed myself, son. I was just rushing it out. I feel like if I would have waited like a little bit of extra time, it would have been like I wouldn't have felt the same way about it, but you know, it happens.
I mean, that's also the thing with working independently opposed to a label, right? You can work on your own schedule. You don't have deadlines like that. Yeah,
and I was trying to put myself on a schedule to be prepared for being put on deadlines. And then I was like,
that's smart.
Why am I doing this? Like, I don't need to do that right now. I can just take whatever time I need.
Like the pressure.
Yeah, but I think I might have to start doing it again because I just don't drop nothing if I don't have a deadline. So.
But you're in the studio all the time, huh?
Damn near every day.
Yeah.
Damn near every day. Yesterday, I was in the studio working, getting a tattoo, and giving tattoos in the studio. Bro. We just all the time. If I'm not working, I'm just in there. Yeah, if I'm not working, I'm just in there, like, connecting with other artists type shit.
Yeah. Because,
like, if I'm not, like, I don't know, I feel like just being in there, even if I'm not working, there's an opportunity for me to meet somebody else that's raw, that, like, you know what I'm saying, I could build a connection with as an artist, make some raw shit. So, you know what I'm saying, if the opportunity presents itself, I might as well be there.
I feel like that's a good way to look at it, too. Just, I don't know, with like what I'm doing, I've been kind of thinking about similar stuff lately. Like, it's good to just surround yourself with those kinds of people.
Yeah.
Because you really, like you said, like, you really don't know when those opportunities will come.
Yeah, exactly. Especially if there's like a new session or whatever, then, you know what I'm saying, a new client, then I'll be like, hey, I'll sit in there for like a session, whatever. If they got some raw shit, then, you know what I'm saying, I'll keep that in the back of my mind, and then later I'll be like, okay, you know what I'm saying, maybe I'll hit them because they've already met me at this point, and then I'm like, I'll hit them, you know what I'm saying, try to get some work in because, you know, it won't hurt. And I like doing collaborations. Like,
and that's how you
really
build, too.
Yeah, that's how you build, like, you know what I'm saying, a connection, a network, too. So I might as well take advantage of that.
And, I mean, I feel like, too, when you're building connections like that in a genuine way, it's how you get like a good circle around you, people who really care about your music and care about their own music and are really trying to work hard and grow, opposed to like, you know, going out, kind of outreaching, I guess, and saying, oh, you want to work on this. It's like meeting somebody in the studio is more natural.
Yeah, I feel like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I feel like when people meet me through like a DM or like a text, there's like so caught off guard when they actually meet me after, because like, I don't know, I don't want to say I'm not social, but I'm not like super social. It's just, I'm kind of awkward, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's kind of weird. Then I meet people and they be like, well, you know, actually you're kind of cool, like, type shit. So I feel like it's just better if somebody just meet me straight up before, as opposed to me being like, you know what I'm saying, like being in DMs, be like, hey bro, let's work, because nobody want to answer those. Like, even I be getting those and I look at it and be like what? I don't know. Like,
that's the weird thing with the whole disconnect between like, you know, networking and over the internet versus networking in person. Because like, I think you're right. There is like a really weird thing about like, you know, say you get a DM from some random guy, be it he's bigger than you, smaller than you, whatever, and he says, hey bro, like let's work. It's almost like a forced connection. Yeah,
because then I'm like, bro, you seen that I just opened this. I can't just ignore you. Like, I don't know. And on top of that, like, you don't know what the... I don't know. I feel like a lot of people think, like, with rappers especially, it's kind of just like a get in there, like, if you got to do it, you got to do it type thing. But, like, not necessarily, you know what I'm saying? Like, if the vibe is not right with the artist, like, I can't make... You know what I'm saying? It's not going to come out great.
Oh, yeah.
Like...
Well, it's awkward. I mean, if you're sitting in the studio with somebody who you don't, like, I don't know, you're just not clicking with, like what is there to say at that point? It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, like, there are features that, like, I have gotten paid for that, like, I can't even, we cannot be in the studio at the same time. Like, I'll tell them, I'll be like, bro, just record it. I'll show up there and do it. I'll send it to you after, because it's just like, I feel like I can't be productive just based on the way that, like, you know what I'm saying, it just changes the whole vibe of, like, the area. I just can't be in that situation. Like,
how often do people ask you to do features?
I mean, kind of a lot. Out here, there's not a lot of people that make, like, you know what I'm saying, the same shit that I be making, like, similar sound. Out here, a lot of people sound the same. So, there's not a bunch of, you know what I'm saying, there's not a bunch of people that are like, hey, you know, we in the same area, let's work.
Yeah.
But surprisingly enough, kind of often, a lot of people will ask me, or they'll be like, hey, let me get, like, a verse or whatever. But then I'll give them a price, and they'll be like, well, a price? Yeah. I'm not paying you. So I'm like, it's fine with me, because I didn't necessarily want to do it in the first place. I have to, like, meet people first, you know what I'm saying? I can't just jump into that situation.
And you record in Concord, right? You record here?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, over in, like, downtown Concord, over at Just Breeze Studios. They gave me right, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, that makes sense in terms of, like, what you were saying about your sound, but I feel like it's weird. Like, when I listen to your really early stuff, like the first couple, like, singles you dropped, like Bring Me the Guap and stuff, I hear those as, like, a lot more Bay Area trap inspired than, like, the stuff on the EP. Like, I always kind of wondered, I was like, was there, like, an intentional switch there? Because the stuff on the EP, to me, sounds way different than, like, your singles.
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie to you. Sing to the Guap, I hate that song, bro. It's so bad to me. The story behind Sing to the Guap. Everybody likes the song. Like, everybody that listens to it is like, hey, that song is good. Like, it goes crazy. Something about it, I just am not a fan of. Like, already, I think it's just because it's super simple, and I know that I could do so much better. And, like, it was like a freestyle, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wrote the hook. We basically made a song, like, specifically for TikTok. We're like, let's make a TikTok song, like, you know what I'm saying, just in the room posted. And then, because this was, like, recording in one of my boys' like, bedroom. So this wasn't even, like, at the studio. This was, like, you know what I'm saying, like, bedroom recording. We in there working. He made the beat on, like, right there. And then I wrote, like, a hook, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to just lay the hook, and then I recorded it. And I was like, yeah, whatever, I'll just put a verse, and then...
Was that your first time doing anything like that? Because to me, that sounds like polished. Like, that sounds like somebody who's been, like, working on music for a while.
So, at that point, like, when I made Sing to the Guap, I'd been making music for, like, I want to say, like, an hour or two. I mean, not much, like, a year or two. My fault. I want to say, like, a year or two. Yeah, like, a year or two. So... You know, I had been doing it for a minute. Obviously, I wasn't as, like, polished as I am now, but there was a little bit of, like, you know what I'm saying, background to it. Like, I had been making music with, like, a different group of people before not as frequently, but like, you know what I'm saying, kind of
local
making
group
music. Yeah, like in high school.
Okay.
Some people I was friends with.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We're not necessarily on the best terms right now.
Yeah.
But some people I was friends with, real close with, we're making music regularly. Not as frequently as now, but regularly. So there was like a, you know what I'm saying? There was like a background to it.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time Sing to the Guap, like I took a break for a while. And then around the time I made Sing to the Guap was like, that was when I got back into it. And I was trying to really like put, you know what I'm saying? Really trying to push, really trying to get back into, you know what I'm saying? Back into the movement of it. You know what I'm saying? Get familiar with it again. So it was, I would say it was kind of polished just because I wasn't like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, oh, this is my first song I ever recorded. But like, you know, this is, because I still have like, we made like 50, 60 songs before that. And then, you know, around that week of Sing to the Guap, we made like another like 6. So it was, I was trying to get back into it.
Was that just like the cream of the crop? Was that the top one?
I don't know. It got released because it was like, it was a TikTok song.
Yeah, I feel it.
And I was like, yeah, I'll drop it, promote it on TikTok. So there are like, some of them have gotten deleted, but there are like TikToks that are made to it, and like some from people I don't even know. So I think that's pretty cool. Like at least, you know what I'm saying, at least it did what it was supposed to do.
I mean, that song to me sounds like a song that could like blow up on TikTok.
Yeah, and that's why we dropped it, because I was like, if I don't drop it and it does have the ability to like blow up on TikTok, I'll be kind of mad.
It's the hook, bro.
Yeah, that's why that's the only part that's written is the hook, because I was like, I mean, the rest of the song doesn't fucking matter, but like I'll put more to the song just so that it's like a full song. You know,
but now that you say that, and I'm thinking about the song, I could definitely see how that song could like intentionally be written for TikTok. That hook, bro, it's sticky. Like it.
I'm so bad at writing hooks. Like the hook took me so long to write. I used to, up until that song, I'm not gonna lie to you, that was the first song that I like wrote a hook for.
Oh really?
Like up until then, it was no hooks. I would just get in there, rap for like 4 straight minutes. No hook. Like I was just, hooks were not for me.
Yeah.
And then I was like, bro, I need to do a hook, and this was, you know what I'm saying, this was around when TikTok first started blowing up. It was like 2019, I think, that I made Sing to the Guap. When like near the beginning of 2019, when TikTok first started blowing up. So I was like, damn, bro, like there's hella songs are just like, you know what I'm saying, it's simple, but it's like you just in there talking your shit at the end of the day. Like, and that's what I was saying. I was like, bro, the hooks, I just gotta be talking my shit, but like simple, like make it, you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying, make it stick. And I was like, running from a fight, but I'm running from the cops. And I was like, yeah, that shit got crazy, I might as well. So, you know what I'm saying, I just threw it together like that. And then I had just the hook recorded for like a whole day, like a whole day or two of me just riding around. I kid you not, it was like the hook, just beat, and then the hook again, like there was no verse. And I was like, bro, this hook is so good, and like I should probably just drop it, like whatever, because I was gonna get somebody else on it. And then the other person that I was gonna get on it, he was like, I don't know if I could get on this, like I don't know. So we're like, all right.
Why? He just didn't like the vibe of the song, or what?
No, just like the beat.
Okay.
Like I sent it to him, and he was like, because he was the person I knew, like he has more of a mainstream sound. So I was like, because at the time I was doing a lot of like, I mean, I can't say I'm not now. I still kind of am doing a lot more like experimental shit, you know, music wise. So
and that's what I feel like. To me, like your EP, like the sound of your EP, opposed to those singles, it's much more experimental, much more out there. It's definitely more of a niche audience. And I feel like what you were saying, like locally here, that's not really around as much. Yeah,
and I noticed that when I dropped 808 Rockstar, I noticed, like, I was thinking about it before, but I was like, you know, maybe. And then I thought about it, and I was like, bro, people that listen to music are sheep, bro. Like, regardless, you know what I'm saying? Like, there is, like, the majority of people, if people don't already like something, they're not going to pay attention to it. Like,
that's a good point.
They're not even going to acknowledge it. So it's like, it was so different, and especially out here in the Bay Area where, like, damn near everybody sounds the same, or, like, makes similar type of music, or, like, a similar sound. I'm like, bro, like, how am I supposed to... So, you know what I'm saying? I dropped something before because I was going to drop 808 Rockstar first. And I was like, I should drop something so people know, like, I do have the ability to be, like, a mainstream type artist before I, you know what I'm saying?
So was it, so you wanted that contrast?
I wanted the contrast because I didn't want to be... I still don't, like... I still don't want to be marked as like, oh, he makes this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I
especially
don't want
this early.
Yeah, especially this early. I don't want to be marked as someone who makes one sound, because I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, the music I make depends solely on how I'm feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I could go in there one day and record something that sounds like it should be on 808 Rockstar, and then the next day go in there on like a fully acoustic song. You know what I'm saying? Like, it solely depends on how I'm feeling. So it's like, I don't want to be stuck making one sound and then everybody rely on me to make that one sound, and I just can't do, you know what I'm saying, the shit I want to do.
And you get boxed in that way.
Yeah, and I get boxed in, and I'm just gonna feel trapped and just kind of give up type shit. So like, I'm trying to keep it mixed enough where like it doesn't seem like I can only do one thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be like a one trick pony type shit.
Yeah.
So that's really what I'm trying to avoid. So that's why I dropped something different, or not different, but like more mainstream before I dropped something hella just out of the ordinary. So people are like, okay, like he can do different shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't want to be stuck on like, oh, like we know him for like screaming shit, cause like, nah, you know, like. Well,
I feel like with either sound, it's the same thing. You know, it's you either get boxed in with that screaming type stuff, or you get boxed in with the more Bay Area trap inspired sound. It's like I feel like the sound is irrelevant. It's like the fact that you're doing one thing specifically.
Yeah, that's yeah. I feel like you definitely have a point. I try to keep from I don't know, not even just content. I mean, I guess content. I try to keep the content from being like too just repetitive. Mm-hmm. But I also try to keep the sound from being too repetitive. You know, I kind of want to mix the content where like any sound could have any content. You know what I'm saying? Just me. Yeah. So it's not like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want like, I don't know. Already people kind of know me for like I guess like the screaming shit. Yeah. Like a lot of people will meet me.
Well, because that stands out.
Yeah, that's what stands out. Uh-huh. Which I was getting frustrated at first.
What do you mean?
Brad, like people would meet me, like, you know, just other artists come into the studio, meet me, whatever. Yeah. And they'd be like, "Oh, you don't want to be doing that screaming shit, huh?" And I'd be like, "Bro, I also make other shit, but whatever." Like, and I used to get frustrated. And so I was complaining, like, to my mentor. I was like, bro, everybody comes in here, and they just know me as the nigga that be screaming and shit. Why? Like, I do so much other shit. They've heard so many other songs. And he was like, if you think about it, though, they're not saying it as, like, that's the only thing you do. Like, they're saying it as, like, that's the shit you do that's different. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what stands out to them more. And when he put it that way, I was like, okay, that makes sense. Like, I'm not even really mad about it anymore, because it was like, there's nobody else out here, really, that's, like, doing shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I can't really be mad that that's what people automatically connect me to, or like my name to type thing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
who's your mentor?
Breathe Music over at the studio.
Okay. So he owns that studio, right?
So he owns the studio, and he kind of just out of nowhere. I've been there for about almost a year. He just kind of took me in. I guess kind of was like, when I first started coming there, it was in my mind, I was like, oh, I'm kind of polished. But then like I started going in there, and I was like, dude, I'm not at all. Like, he, you know what I'm saying, he kind of seen like the raw talent, and kind of took it upon himself to like reach out and try to, you know what I'm saying, give me some sort of like direction, because that first like 2 months I was going in there was so hectic. Like, I would come in there and he'd be like, what are we working on today? And I would like put the like 3 or 4 beats I'm working on the computer, and he'd be like, what is going on? Like, there's no direction. Like, I don't know what's going on. So he kind of took it upon himself to you know what I'm saying, kind of guide me, help me out. You know what I'm saying? Music wise, he's definitely supporting me, so I appreciate that. He's definitely looking out. Definitely doing all the shit nobody else was doing for me music wise, so I appreciate that, especially because he's been doing it for, you know what I'm saying, a long time. So it's definitely like an extra set of eyes that's helpful, and like it goes, you know what I'm saying, it goes both ways, because you know what I'm saying, I'm kind of like a different sound and like a younger artist. I also can help him with his, because he also makes music, so I can also help him with his music type thing, because you know what I'm saying, it's different, a fresh set of ears, fresh, you know what I'm saying, fresh set of vocals, stuff like that. I can, you know what I'm saying, there's just different outlooks on the same thing type thing, so it definitely helps.
Those 50 to 60 songs you said you recorded in that bedroom, how many of those were you producing? Or were you?
So at that point, I was not producing.
And you do now, though, correct?
Now I started producing because Breathe has been really like pushing me. That's another thing. He's been pushing me. Like,
that's dope. That
he's definitely been pushing me. He was like, if you want, because at first I was like, I just want to rap. Like, I want to go in there, rap. That's it. Like, I don't want to do any extra shit. And you know what I'm saying? Here and there before, because I was be working close with the producers, it would be just like, you know what I'm saying? I would be like, oh, try this sound. Like, try this sound. You know, like, it wouldn't be me producing, but just like me, you know, the artist still has like input ideas, on what they want. So once I started going, you know what I'm saying, working with Breathe, he definitely was pushing me. He was like, you need to be able to do other shit. Like, yes, I understand you want to be an artist, but you need to at least learn like how to do the other shit, you know, because it's gonna help you be more rounded as an artist all around. You know what I'm saying? So I
feel like that's so important.
It definitely, I didn't even realize how important it was until I started doing it. And I was like, man, this shit changed everything. Like, everything is different now. You know what I'm saying? Like, so now there's a lot of songs that I have done, you know what I'm saying, I have done the producing on. You know what I'm saying? Like, on my SoundCloud is like a lot of freestyles, and then that song that I just dropped on there. And one of the freestyles on there I produced. One of the singles I dropped on all platforms, Halt, that one I fully produced by myself. Really? Yeah, Halt I fully produced by myself.
The production on that one's dope.
Yeah, that one I fully produced by myself.
Who's the feature on that one? That's
my boy Pharaoh.
Okay.
He's one of Rated R boys. He's part of the team. He got on it. I actually made it, recorded the whole song, and then I was adding another sound to it, and he came to the studio. He came in there and he was like, oh, this shit hard, let me get on this. So like while I was trying to finish the beat up, he went ahead and recorded the verse. Like, he wrote the verse, and then I finished the beat, and he was like, yeah, I'm recording right now. So that song wasn't even gonna have a feature at first. I was just gonna drop it, and then when he came in there, he was like, I want to get on it. I was like, all right, bro, I'm not gonna stop you. Like, because I know it's gonna be hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's everyone that I work with, like everyone on team, all the Rated R boys, like we all have like a good chemistry type thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I know that if I come to them, or if they come to me and they're like, hey, get on this, or like, hey, can I get on this? I know that like the end result is gonna be fire. You know what I'm talking about? Because the chemistry is there. You know what I'm saying? So regardless, like, the end result is gonna be fire. So I wasn't even tripping about it.
How did that Rated R connection come about?
So I knew each of them individually. Two of them are my cousins.
And they're local?
Yeah, they're out here.
Okay.
Two of them are my cousins. The rest of them are like friends of mine, and I knew them all individually. And it was like, we all started kind of around the same time, or, you know, near similar times. And so I had heard them all individually, and like, you know, I knew them all personally. And in my mind, I was like, bro, these are all like, out of everybody I know that makes music, these are the rawest people that I know, type shit. You know what I'm talking about? Like, these are the people that I was like, okay, this is people in similar mind frame as me, and you know what I'm saying, similar like work ethic. And I was like, this should be, you know what I'm saying, team, so everybody can help each other out, you know what I'm saying, be accountable for each other, type shit. So it's kind of just, I reached out to all of them, and I was like, hey, it's not even like I don't want to say like a group, more of like a collective. You know what I'm saying? It's we're all accountable for each other. People will know like, hey, they fuck with them. But like, you know what I'm saying, we're not like a group where like, oh, we can only work with each other. But it's just like, you know what I'm saying, kind of just to keep each other put like friendly competition type shit. And still work with each other and know that like, oh, I got you, like if you need some shit type thing. And it works out because everybody is raw. And since I've started, I kind of hit them all, and I was like, hey, because Pharaoh also was like, oh, I was thinking about making like a collective, and I told him, and I was like, hey, I was thinking about doing the same thing. Like, these are the people that I was considering. I don't know what people you were considering. So it was kind of like we bounced ideas off each other, like for each person, and kind of picked, like handpicked. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say like, oh, these are the exclusives, but like, you know what I'm saying? Still like kind of handpicked everybody that we wanted involved in it, because at the end of the day, I know especially with Pharaoh, he's a very driven individual. Like, he's the type of person to just fall off the map for for weeks because he's like, I'm trying to get something done. And you know that when he shows back up, like, some shit got done type thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and me especially, I'm in there regularly. You know what I'm saying? Every day I'm working on some shit, like, regardless. I wake up, music, straight like that. So it was like, I knew that with him, I was like, okay, I know that we're going to have, like common interest on people involved in it. So that's basically how that came out. Introduced everybody to each other. And, you know what I'm saying? Everybody fuck with each other now. Reaching out to each other like individually to work on shit. And there's 3 producers, I want to say 5 artists. So it's not like huge, but you know what I'm saying,
but it's tight knit, it's close.
It's tight knit. I didn't want it to be hella fat where it's like 15 people.
Bro, at that point it's like, why even have a collective? You're just working with random people. It feels
exactly.
Like that point.
So we didn't want it to be like super massive, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, so I feel like it's big enough where it's like, it's well known, you know what I'm saying? And on top of that, we all like interact with each other, we all claim each other type thing. So like if one pop, we all pop type thing. You know what I'm saying? So it also is like that, you know? Do
you think you guys would ever do like a group project, collective project? Because I think that, I don't know, just looking at a lot of your sounds, I feel like that would be crazy.
We have thought about it. A lot of people make a lot of different things. One of people on Rated R, King Young, does a lot of like R&B stuff. So that would, you know what I'm saying?
That's a whole bunch of different sounds.
Exactly. He does like a lot of R&B stuff, and like DV3 does a lot of R&B stuff, but also like a lot of rap stuff. You know what I'm saying? More of like an auto-tune sound for both of them, you know? And then there's like Pharaoh likes to do a lot of like rapping, but also kind of like alternatives type stuff. You know what I'm saying? I like to do a lot of rapping, like alternative type stuff. You know, my cousin TZ is like mainly rap, you know, and like Tristan does a lot of like rap producing. So, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, like sound wise, vocal wise, everybody, I feel like we have enough sounds where it could be a well-rounded project. We have thought about it, but I think right now everybody's just working on their own projects because not everybody has their own projects.
Trying to become established.
Yeah, trying to become established like before separately. We're like, okay, let's work on this.
It's like let's grow individually and then grow together.
Yeah, that's the plan, because we don't want to just jump into it and nobody really understand themselves as an artist enough.
That's important.
Because, you know what I'm saying? Like, collaborations are cool, they're all fun, but like they won't come out as good as they can be if each person individually doesn't know themselves enough. You know, like as an artist, you know what I'm saying? Understand their sound. So right now I feel like everybody's really trying to like really, really get to know their sound type shit before we...
And it sounds like since a bunch of you guys have like, definitely have like different polished sounds, I feel like that could, I don't know, to me I feel like that could be crazy, like a project like that, because to me most like hip-hop collectives, when they drop group projects, they're the best when they sound different from each other. It's never interesting when you have a bunch of voices on one album and you can barely tell the difference between all 10 of them, and it's like it's too many cooks in the kitchen, you know? It's like at that point just drop a bunch of individual projects.
That's another thing too, is like we didn't want it to be too big, because then you do end up with the too many cooks in the kitchen type situation where like everybody has entirely different ideas, nobody can come to a common ground. You know
yelling over
like,
each other.
Yelling over each other.
It's
Everyone
like,
wants different things, like arguing over what it's going to sound like. That's just too much.
And it's less of a connection. If there's 10 people in a group, you're going to be, you know, close to at most 5 of them. But if there's a much smaller amount of people in the room, there's a better chance that you'll have not only like a musical connection with each one of them more strongly, but just a personal connection too.
Like a personal friendship type thing. And that's the most important thing, because, you know what I'm saying, like I was saying earlier, you can't, if the connection, the chemistry not there, like,
what is,
you know what I mean, the music's not going to come out as great as you want it to.
So. Do they all record Just Breathe as well?
Yeah, all of them do. Pharaoh goes back and forth to like Southern California, so he records there a lot. Young and DV record at Darren's house. So, you know what I'm saying, they're working at home. So, you know what I'm saying, everyone records, Tristan records at his house, you know what I'm saying? But we also will all, like, mainly me and TZ will be at the studio the most. But, you know what I'm saying, regularly, like, when Pharaoh is up here, he'll come through to the studio type thing, you know what I'm saying? Or, like, if we're just linking, you know what I'm saying, me and DV3 and King Young will link and go to the studio type thing.
Have you thought about ever moving down there, or like to SoCal, or are you pretty
I
set
thought
up
about
here?
it. I thought about it. I was going to earlier this year. Well, this year is in. Damn, I'm realizing it's 2021. This year is in last year. So earlier last year, I was thinking about it, and then you know what I'm saying, COVID hit. It kind of put a pause on everything, which I think is kind of for the better now that I'm thinking about it. Because I'm like, I wouldn't be in the situation I'm in now without it. So it's like a blessing and a curse, but I was thinking about moving down there.
Do you think you would have dropped like your EP and all these singles and everything this year if it wasn't for COVID?
No, I don't think so.
Really?
Truthfully, I don't think so. I don't think I would have been able to achieve the sound that I wanted, like without COVID.
Yeah.
Just because of COVID, I like met the people that I met type thing. So there's a lot of connections I've made because of COVID. So I feel like without it, I wouldn't be the same artist type thing.
It's a weird butterfly effect type thing. I think about that all the time too. I'm like, could I have got as much work done on this or that if it wasn't for COVID? But you know, like I'm not trying to make, I guess, I'm not trying to paint it as like a positive situation in general, obviously, but it does feel like there are some positive aspects that come out of like isolating yourself and really having that time to focus on something you really care about.
Yeah, definitely. When COVID first hit, don't get me wrong, that shit hurt. Cause I was like, damn, I was trying to line up shows.
See, that's the other thing about
COVID
that.
first hit, I was trying to line up shows. I was like, and I was kind of down about it because I was like, bro, this put a halt on everything I was gonna do. Like this stopped everything I was gonna do. And then I ended up, you know what I'm saying, kind of linking with Breathe and really building a connection with Breathe and B at the studio. And it was like, oh, you know what I'm saying, now I'm achieving a different sound and better as an artist. So I'm like, now with the shows, like, it'll be so much better than it would have been without, you know what I'm saying, the work that I've got in this time. So I kind of got out of that funk because it did for sure bring me down a little bit because I was like, damn.
That's the weird thing, right?
Everything is like, postponed now. Like, now I just have to wait. But ended up being, I guess, in a way, a positive. Obviously not like a full around positive like you were saying, but like there is, you know what I'm saying, in a way, there's some positive aspects for me personally at least.
I mean, as an artist, that's like the weird thing, right? It's like you can make money off streams, you can make money off doing stuff on the internet, but you're never gonna make the money as an artist on the internet that you could when you're touring. It's just not realistic. Like, it's just how artists make money. Like, there really is no way around it. I mean, you can, like, if you're a huge artist, you can get deals, you can get sponsorship deals, all kinds of other stuff can come out of it. You know, merchandising, whatever. There's all kinds of ways to make money through the internet. But it's very rare to find like a consistent stream of income as an artist that's better than touring. Yeah,
and on top of that, I feel like, especially for upcoming artists, a big part of like building like a audience is the shows. Especially for rap artists. I definitely have noticed that recently. Cause I'm like, damn, I'm not doing any shows, and I'm a very performance music type of artist. You know, a lot of energy, like, you know what I'm saying, like, you could listen to a Playboi Carti song and you could be like, this is good, but then you'll see the Playboi Carti song live, like, and then go back and listen to the Playboi Carti song and you'll be like, this shit bang.
When I saw Carti live, bro, I saw him at Rolling Loud. I swear to God, the fool was like inciting violence on stage. Like, like it wasn't like open the pit, it was like open the pit, push in like the woman in front of you and start punching her. Like, he was saying shit like crazy stuff.
And it's like but then all the songs you heard like live, then you go listen to them after and you're like, bro, this shit is so much harder now, like, because I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, that's the main thing for me. Like, that's the only thing that still kind of bothers me is like I can't do shows, and I know that like my music, a lot of my songs and like my sound, if people see it live, they'll have a different appreciation for it than just like, you know what I'm saying, oh, he posted this on his Instagram and like tap the link and go listen to it and be like, yeah, this is cool.
It's a different thing. I feel like, bro, there is like a energy that live music can bring that streaming can never recreate. It's just not possible. Like, there's no way to recreate that energy.
You can't, like, there's literally, I could do a live show and it just won't hit the same as, you know what I'm saying, I could do like an Instagram live show if I want to, but it just won't hit the same as like people being able to like see me like in person, you know what I'm saying, like really feel the energy type thing. So that's, you know,
it's energy space. It's like, especially with your type of music. You have touched like the sound in the EP. All that stuff is so energy based that I feel like if it was live, man, it would bring a whole nother aspect to it that like you almost can't appreciate when you're just listening to it in headphones with your room.
That's the thing. Like me at the studio, I'll be in the studio basically performing it. I'm jumping around. Like if I be a lot of times like with producers, if they send me something, they'll be like, "Oh, what are you thinking?" And I'll be like, "If you play the beat and you don't want to fight, do not send it to me." Like there are sometimes I'll be like, if you don't hear that shit and you don't want to fight to it, don't send it to me. Like, because there are sometimes that like a lot of my music is just me just expelling energy, honestly. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? I'll just be in a mood where I'm like, fuck it, I want to go in there and just rap and scream and shit. You know what I'm saying? Or I'll be like, I want people to hear this and want to fucking punch somebody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so the shows, not having the shows, it kind of, I don't want to say dampens my creativity. Yeah. But like, it's pushed me to make a different sound a little bit, just because I'm trying to think like both now as opposed to like just show music.
And like that's 808, a tragedy, bro.
808 like, Rockstar, I was like, dude, I want to just make something, do shows, perform this shit. Like,
and see fools in the pit fighting that shit.
Like if someone's not bleeding, I'm going home. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, but now it's pushing me to be more well-rounded. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make more of like a general sound.
Yeah, see, like that's a difference from like an artist like you, or like, you know, maybe somebody who's an R&B artist, or like an artist from like you or like Lance. Like that's the difference. Yeah. Is like your music is so much more energy based than songs like that it's harder to sit in your room and enjoy it and vibe with it like in the same way you would in a live setting.
Yeah. Lance, my boy Lance makes shit for me to just drive in the dark.
That's what I'm saying.
Play loud as shit and be like, yeah, I'm really feeling this. You know what I'm saying?
You're not crying,
but like, like, you know what I'm saying? He's just like, if you're not crying, like, leave type shit. Like,
and there's
so
many different artists in like terms of sound. It's like it's weird to me to think about the fact that COVID would hit you harder as an artist than it would as somebody who's like a singer-songwriter, bro. Yeah. Because a singer-songwriter can get that energy and that feeling and that intention to their audience through things like streaming or even things like an Instagram live show. There's just a certain physicality and like aggression to your music that I feel like needs that energy-based connection, and you have to be in the room.
Like the thrill of like, oh, this man could jump off the stage type thing. You know, like oh, he has no shirt on now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm working on trying to balance it. You know, I dropped photos on SoundCloud and like definitely Rodeo Ride. I definitely was trying to show like, hey, I can do other shit with like first Rodeo Ride, you know, and like photos. They're both kind of old songs, not super old, but like they're both kind of old songs. You know, I've been sitting on them for a while just because I made them both around the same time. And it was like I wanted to make sure it wasn't like an anomaly, like, oh, he just randomly made songs like this and then could never do it again. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to make sure I could perfect that before I started putting those out, because then if people expect that of me, you know, then I want to be able to provide type thing.
How much stuff do you have recorded and vaulted? Because you're, bro, I feel like you're never not in the studio.
I'm over 100 songs. Like what? Like a lot over 100 songs. Yeah. Yeah. I have a lot of shit that I'm just kind of sitting on.
And out of all that stuff, is it more based in like the EP sound or like some of the singles sound? Because I don't know. To me, what was really impressive to me out of the EPs, I felt like it was a focused attempt at a specific sound, and it felt intentional.
Yeah, it was definitely intentional. I made the first song off of it. The first song I actually recorded from it was Ones. I recorded Ones, and I was listening to that shit like every moment that I was conscious. I would have headphones on, playing it like loud as fuck. I was just listening to that only, and I was like, bro, this shit is hard. I should make a whole project of this. So I told Breathe, I was like, I think I'm gonna make a whole project of this, and he was like, all right, like that's fine. Like I'm not gonna stop you. You might as well. Like it sounds hard, whatever. So for the next like 2 weeks, I think, because it only took like a week and a half, 2 weeks to record everything. It was just 2 weeks of me going in there and just diving for like samples, and then find a sample, use it, start putting a beat together. A lot of it wasn't even like a beat put together when I was recording it. Like a lot of those songs I was recording just guitar or like just 808. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of those, like the way that I make them really just depends on what the vibe, you know what I'm saying, how I'm feeling about the song. Like some of them ones, General Admission was like, I recorded that, like the whole beat that you hear did not exist when I was recording. I built it around like the vocals. It was just guitar. I heard the guitar and I was like, yeah, I like this shit. Set it up.
Is it a sample?
Yeah, like a sample.
Where were you getting those guitar parts and samples?
Dude, just
internet?
diving for
Deep
it. Just
pulls.
hours of just like looking, and then I find one, I'll be like, yeah, this shit's it. Set it up. And they'll be like, you don't want the beat? I'm like, no, fuck the beat. We'll make the beat after. Give me the guitar and we'll get it cracking. So yeah, it was definitely me trying to focus on like one sound.
Yeah.
And that's why I was an EP as opposed to an album, because I feel like if I would have dropped fucking 15 songs of that shit, nobody want to listen to 15 songs of that shit. Like at the end of the day, nobody want to listen to 15 songs of me standing in the booth screaming at the microphone.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like 6 songs, I could do that, you know, like you can get through that, and they're all short songs, so like it takes like 20 minutes of your day, like, you know what I'm saying, like.
I mean, I wouldn't know, but I feel like there's no way like you wanting to pursue that sound came out of nowhere. Like, did you listen to rock music growing up or what?
Yeah, surprisingly enough, I listened to like a lot of rock.
Okay.
I listened to a lot of rock. I listened to a lot of classical music.
Mm-hmm. Classical music?
Yeah.
Where'd that come from?
Just, I don't know. I like to listen to a lot of shit. I listen to a lot of like alternative, a lot of indie. Like, I listen to a lot of shit. And I think a lot of people weren't prepared for that. And I dropped 808 Rockstar. And I got that same question a lot. People were like, do you listen to rock? And I was like, yeah. Sometimes I just, you know what I'm saying, be in the car, death metal, max volume, no reason. You know what I'm saying? Like,
throw
just
some Marilyn Manson and just vibe.
Yeah, just catching the vibes of it. And you know what I'm saying, especially now with technology, I'll have AirPods in all the time. And I'll be holding like a normal conversation, and randomly people will be like, what are you listening to? And I'll show them, and they'll be like, what the fuck, bro? Like, what is this? Like, what is going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's I think that plays a huge part in me having so many different sounds. It's just because there's no limit to my like music choice listening wise. You know, like I listen to a lot of different shit, so I want to make a lot of different shit. Like I mainly listen to rap. Don't get me wrong, I listen to rap the most, but I do listen to a lot of other shit just because that's, you know what I'm saying, that's just what I feel like listening to. So it also helps me make other shit, and I think it helps me be well-rounded as an artist. You know what I'm saying, because I have a lot of different aspects of music in just sitting in the back of my brain from me listening to it, so I can include those in whatever I'm doing. So I think it definitely helps.
Because that's the thing with like the whole project. To me, I wouldn't say the production sounds more based in hip hop than it is rock music. Like to me, it's pretty diverse in sounds. Like I don't know if I would solely label that as like a rap album. Yeah,
I was gonna label it as alternative, but I feel like it wasn't quite at the alternative level yet. We were talking about making like an 808 Rockstar Part 2, which will probably, just based on what I've been wanting to make recently, it'll probably be a little bit more towards like the alternative type sound, you know, which is fine with me. Don't get me wrong, you know what I'm saying? Like I've been trying to link with like bands to make shit, because like that's, I like to rap, but I also like to make shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been wanting to do a lot of that. So that could possibly be the case. I think that's why I was kind of like on the weird like fence between like rap and like that like kind of alternative like punk rock sound. So I feel like the more that I do shit like that, the closer I get to the to the alternative side. So
you can't just jump in heels first.
Yeah, I couldn't just jump in heels first. I had to like gradually get there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But I feel like too, that's kind of going back to what you're saying about not boxing yourself in. That's super important, especially like this early in your career. If you're establishing all these different sounds, when you say something like alternative, do you mean more like even like less in terms of like hard guitar music, more of like softer singer-songwriter type stuff, or?
So currently, I'm working on like an album, like a full length like project, you know. So I'm trying to include all of my sounds, and I've noticed that some of those are like alternative shit. you know, like acoustic type shit, or kind of like a, I don't even know the way to label it, but like a soft EDM type shit, you know.
Okay.
There's a lot of that going on, just because that's what randomly I'll want to, you know what I'm saying, I'll be in the mood to make shit like that, or I'll just hear a sound and I'll be like, it'll just hit me different, and I'll just feel driven to use it, you know. So there's definitely a lot of that going on, a lot of acoustic. There's a lot of like funk type sounds.
Do you play guitar?
I don't play the guitar.
Okay.
No, I don't. I wish I did. I
Yeah.
do want to learn how to play the guitar.
I could definitely see you learning.
I definitely want to learn how to play the guitar, like the electric guitar.
Does your homie Breathe play?
No. None of us play the guitar. B, who's the other engineer, so I work closely with, she plays the piano.
Okay.
I played the piano for a little bit, played the violin for a little bit. I played the trombone, but like strings were just a lot for me. Like,
So it's a whole other universe.
yeah, like strings is just, it's something different. Like even with the violin, I was like, bro, I'm not a huge fan of this. Like just because the strings thing is just a lot for me.
Yeah.
But I am definitely interested in like learning the guitar at some point. I
Yeah.
definitely. So then I can be like, hey, like this song, I play the guitar on that shit.
So I think
like,
that would be crazy, bro. That's when you move into even like a more like a rap rock area, because I don't know, I hear a lot of, like when I listen to your EP, I hear a lot of Rage Against the Machine, I hear a lot of
Yeah.
Linkin Park, I hear a lot of like that rap rock,
Death
like very Death Grips, or like
Yeah.
some very early like Chili Peppers type stuff.
Yeah, and that's a lot of the shit that I was listening to, like growing up,
Mm-hmm.
on top of like a lot of rap, you know? So it was a lot of like, you know what I'm saying, Rage Against the Machine and Red Hot Chili Peppers, and you know what I'm saying, listening to a lot of like,
So literally two of my favorite bands ever
yeah,
that you
like
just said.
listening to a lot of like Marilyn Manson
Oh,
and
yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying, dabbled in Death Grips a little bit, you know,
Mm-hmm.
like shit like that, on top of like Lil Wayne and like Busta Rhymes type shit. So it was like, then I just grew up conflicted, like confused, you know what I'm saying? So
And that comes across in your sound too.
Yeah.
It's like I can hear people like MC Ride, or I can hear people like Zach De La Roca, like in
Yeah.
your sound. Like it's not surprising. It's when you say who you listen to, it makes sense.
yeah, and it was like all that on top of like, you know what I'm saying, surprisingly enough, a lot of like Skrillex and like, you know what I'm saying, a lot of like David Guetta. And
So you're into like
shit
electronic
that.
music too?
A lot of electronic music too, and that's where a huge. That's where I feel like that's where my infatuation with like the 808s comes from. Like there's just some, like I feel like it can't be complete without the 808s. Like if the shit is not knocking like that, it just doesn't hit right for me. Like I have to. I feel like that's where a huge part of that comes from.
Is that where the
And-
name of the project came from?
Yeah,
808
because
Rockstar?
it was like I want to do rock shit, but like you know what I'm saying, that 808s are important. Like I feel like I give off like Rockstar energy, like the way that, you know what I'm saying, the way I deliver a song, but it's like, it's also like, you know what I'm saying, there's a lot of 808s. It's still like rap, but you know what I'm saying, there's like Rockstar energy in it. You know what I'm talking about? So and that's why the plus was in it. That's why I was like 808
I was
Rockstar
just about to
plus,
ask about
like
that. I was like, what is the plus?
that's why I was the 808 Rockstar plus, because it's like, well, you know what I'm saying, there is that shit, but there's also like, you know what I'm saying, I can sing a love song type thing, or like I could do an acoustic, like, you know what I'm saying, indie type of song, or like I could even do, you know what I'm saying, I could even do a song like Lance, you know what I'm saying, if I put my mind to it, I could do a song like that, you know what I'm saying, like an indie type, you know what I'm saying, song, like, you know what I'm saying, I could really, if I put my mind to it, there's the plus, because there's more than just the, you know what I'm saying, the rock and the rap type thing. So, and I think the plus is definitely going to show a little bit more like on this upcoming album, and like 808 Rockstar, the second one, I think it's definitely going to show a little bit more, be a little bit more, you know what I'm saying, present. Just because, you know, that first one was, like I was saying, I didn't grow as much as an artist when I released that last one. So they're just, like, I knew what I wanted to do and what I could do. I just hadn't done enough of it yet. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I feel like the upcoming stuff, you're definitely going to see it a lot more.
And I'm
sure.
excited to hear it, man.
Man, I'm
Let's wrap it up,
I'm
though.
working on it.
Thank you for sitting down with me, bro. I appreciate
yeah,
it.
for sure.
And I'm really excited to see what you do next. Like,
For sure.
I'm a fan of your stuff, and I really appreciate you coming and sitting down with me.
I appreciate that, bro. Thanks for inviting me.
All right.
It was all good. I'm always down to slide through.
Music Matters, GldnBoy. Tell them where to check out your stuff, your SoundCloud, your Spotify.
SoundCloud, you search GldnBoy, capital GldnBoy. Same on Apple Music, Spotify. You can find me everywhere on Instagrams _GldnBoy, GldnBoy. All my links will be there. It's good. Check it out.
For sure. GldnBoy.